Hey everyone, trigger warning. This is about CP. So, an article came out in 2012 about a French actress is suing her mother for taking pornographic pictures of her when she was just a child and passing them to Playboy. Eva Lonesco was the youngest ever model in the magazine when she was pictured naked at 11 years old. Now her photographer mother, Irina, has been ordered to pay 10,000 euros in damages to Eva for taking the explicit pictures of her in the 70s when she was between 4 and 12. It is so, oh God, it's so horrible. The court in Paris also ordered UNESCO to hand over negatives of the pictures to her daughter Eva, and you know she probably didn't give them all over. To her daughter Eva, a French actress who said she had suffered a stolen childhood because of the photographs, but it rejected her demand for 200,000 euros, 263,000 euros in damages, and for her mother to be barred from profiting from the photographs. That's messed up. Her mom should have been arrested in the 70s because child porn was still wrong in the 70s. Child abuse and molestation, guess what? Was still wrong in the 70s, and people were arrested for it in the 70s. Lonesco Eva was well known in the 70s for her erotic photographs, especially the controversial ones of her daughter, Irina Lonesco. But her daughter was well known. The European editions of the Playboy magazines and Penthouse is where some of these photographs were shown. An 11-year-old. How disgusting. And I know a lot of you are saying, this is such an old article. Why would you even be reading it? Because I want to give you an example of how long society has been trying to normalize child porn and pedophilia. Because this article was from 2012. This happened in the 70s. Playboy Penthouse actually used these photographs. Some of the pictures that were sent in and were viewed were from anywhere from 4 years old to 12 years old of this child. Oh man, it's just... And what gets me is her mother had a website up for years of these pictures. She exploited her own child of pictures from 4 to 12 years old. She had these posted on a website for the world to see and was selling these pictures. Exploitation. Irina Lonesco took the explicit pictures of her daughter Eva in the 70s when she was between 4 and 12. Back in the public eye, Eva became the youngest model to appear nude in Playboy when she was featured at 11 years old in an October 1976 edition. Her photographs as a child were also published in Penthouse. Her lawyer, Jackie Georges Betoon, I probably said it wrong, sorry, told the court that the 70s were an era when pedophilia networks still had a lot of influence. How can one open the legs of a 4-year-old girl and take a snap? If art is photographing a child in these positions, I understand nothing of art, he said. The child is never presented as a child, but as a disguised prostitute. Lonesco's lawyer argued that the 70s were a more permissive time and spoke of the actress's alleged hatred for her mother. Dude, don't you even go there. You're not going to sit here and say, oh, the only reason she's saying anything is because she hates her mother. Her mother took pictures of her from 4 to 12 years old, opening her legs, sending these pictures in to Playboy and Penthouse and putting them up on websites when the internet came out. They were up there for years. She exploited this child. And even when this child became an adult, her mother was still exploiting her and making money from it. You can't sit here and say, oh, well, she hates her mother. I bet she does. I would hate mine too if they did that to me. That spreading your child's legs open to take pictures, like he said, how can you feel like that's art? Eva publicized the bizarre details of her relationship with her mother in a 2011 film, My Little Princess, starring Isabelle Huppert. She made her movie debut at the age of 11 in 1976, playing in Roman Polanski's movie The Tenant. Oh, you know it would fucking be Roman Polanski. You knew it would just fucking be him, because why wouldn't it be? There is so much stuff like this surrounding Roman Polanski. It is like, it's so weird. we're going to do a video on Roman Polanski. So let's remember Eva Leneska. Remember this. In The Tenant. In 1977, her mother lost custody of her children, and Eva was brought up by the parents of footwear designer Christian Louboutin. And then it shows a clip of My Little Princess. I mean, how the heck can you do that to your child? Here's one of the clips here.
French actress Eva Ionesco has sued her mother, Irina, for taking pornographic photos of her when she was as young as 4 years old. In fact, she took those types of photos between the ages of 4 and 12. And when she was 11, some of those erotic photos actually ended up in the Italian version of Playboy. Now, this was back in 1976, and Eva claims that her mother robbed her of her childhood. She wants those pictures taken off her mother's website. In fact, they're still up. And the French court basically ruled that the mother not only has to take down the photos, not only has to destroy the proofs of the photos, but also has to pay Eva $13,213.
And that's it.
10,000 euros. That's why.
That's it. That's all Eva gets. That's all she gets. You know, they steal her childhood. They plaster it for the world to see, for pedophiles to see, for everyone, people that this girl had to go to school with. Do y'all not realize this woman as a child had to live with her mother's decisions to put her naked body, spread eagle, full nudity in a grown adult magazine, not one but two, Penthouse and Playboy. They spread her legs open and put them on the website, on the World Wide Web, on the internet. And they give her $13,000. The fuck is going on over there? What kind of court system is this? I'm going to do more when I get some more research done on this, but I just want to tell you, I'm just trying to get that out of my head. The problem with this world is the victims they don't get any kind of therapy. They don't get any kind of money. They don't get any kind of justice. They get nothing. Meanwhile, we have a court system in a lot of countries that's protecting these people, these rapists, these criminals, these pedophiles, these abusive parents who exploit their kids. And you see it all the time on YouTube. People showing their kids half naked and stuff, and to my cute bath time, and they show their butts and stuff, and you know damn well what they're doing. They're giving a show to the pedophiles because they know they're going to rake in all them views. And you see in the comments, people are saying, don't put that on here. There are, predators on here. And they don't care. And people are trying to normalize it so they can make a paycheck. Stop it. Stop exploiting your kids. And the fact that this has been happening throughout time, throughout history, it's always happened. It disturbs me that even in 2021, we still have a justice system that the victims cannot get justice from. There are all these insanity pleas and probation and all this stuff that these predators get instead of getting them away from kids. And then you find out they're repeat offenders who only got a slap on the wrist. Then they repeat offend again. Then they end up hurting somebody worse. It just burns me up, man.